One of my greatest enjoyments in life is teaching homiletics courses, which is the art of preaching. And my particular assignment is to teach 4 courses. The first course I teach with Dr. David Murray. It's called Homiletics 1, and that's the art of preparing, constructing, and delivering sermons. So that's the nuts and bolts of the homiletics program, the foundational course. And we look at each part of the course, each part of the sermon, so that we'll study how you develop a text, how you have a main theme, a proposition, how do you develop major points, then how do you do introductions, how do you do conclusions, how do you do illustrations, all of that type of thing. How do you bring home the word with applications to the soul. Then Homiletics 2 is a full course on Reformed experiential preaching. And what that does, the first third of the course talks about what experiential preaching is. The second third of the course talks about how the Reformers did it from Ulrich Zwingli all the way to Dr. Martin Lloyd-Jones. And the last third of the course talks about how do you cross the bridge today and preach experientially today. Homiletics 3 is a course that teaches students how to speak on special occasions. And in this course, I do something rather unique that I always wanted to have done for me when I was in the seminary. It's actually divided into 2 parts. The first part is, how do you do funerals? How do you do weddings? How do you administer the Lord's Supper, baptism? How do you visit people on their 50th anniversary? What do you say to the family? How do you do radio interviews? There's 58 different things of special speaking occasions that we cover in that course. So I'm just trying to give tips to students in a very practical way so that they have guidelines going into something new, how to do it, and then they find their own way from there. And the second part of that course deals with how to preach what's called in the Reformed tradition the special feast days, Advent, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Reformation Day, Easter, Pentecost, that type of thing. And then Homiletics 4 is preaching from the Heidelberg Catechism for those students that are in denominations where that is done on a weekly basis. And we actually talk about how to do it and why to do it in the first third of the course. And the last 2/3 of the course, we walk through every one of the 52 Lord's Days. This is obviously not a required course, optional course, but those 4 courses together, I really love to teach, and it gives a thrust to our seminary, I trust, that we really have a great focus here on preaching. And then every semester, I am one of the 3 professors that critiques the students after they preach. So every student preaches 1 time a semester in front of the faculty and fellow students, and they're hearing all the critiques from all the other students and contributing to those critiques themselves, which puts a lot of focus on preaching. One professor critiques them in terms of their exegesis. I usually critique them in terms of their homiletics, and then another professor critiques them in terms of their poemetics, their manner of delivery, their style, and that type of thing. So that's our homiletics program. It's exciting to me. I hope it's exciting to you as well.